What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Sunday freaking fun day. You know it. Starting off this Beat the Cheaters Up North week, also known as the toilet up north. Anything up north that's bad. Just call them that. So Beat Michigan week, getting fired up here. But first, we do need to finish up this Gophers game. And by the way, do you feel bad for these freaking guys, the Minnesota Gophers? They have to wear that stupid looking gopher logo on their helmets, like huge, with those buck teeth. You got this buck tooth rodent all over your jackets, your helmet. Terrible look, in my opinion. I don't know. I'd consider changing the name of the fucking mascot or something. But anyway, this is not a bang on the Gophers day. This is just a recap, really. You know how we do it. Instant reaction. Tonight, don't forget, we are going live. Again, we're going to try the 7:30 p.m. Eastern time format with me, Jeff, and Sean. YouTube Live. Be there or be squared. We're going to go early, and we may have to go a little longer. We'll see. This is going to be mostly just banging on Michigan, getting ready for the rivalry game next week. Also, all this week, except for Thanksgiving, I'm going live at 4:30 every day. 4:30 Eastern. We're going live here on YouTube every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. All right? No turkey day. My wife would string me up by my balls if I tried to do a live show on turkey day. All right, so let's get into it. Buckeyes roll again, almost a mirror image of the Michigan State game. The offense looked a little better in the Michigan State game, I would say, at least in the first half. We didn't jump out to quite the big lead in the first half, but 37-3 is your final, 13-0 at the half, and then we pour on 24 points. So leaned heavily on the run game in the second half. Started off leaning on the pass game. Kyle was right in line. First of all, I did want to mention we had some horrible field position in that first half. Check out where our drive started. Our own 15, our own 3, our own 13, our own 11, and our own 3. That's just the first half. Then in the second half, Kyle McCord's last drive to finish the game was early fourth quarter when he finished it up. They started at their own 16. So that's terrible field position, man. It's hard. You got to get like 3 or 4 first downs just to give your punter the ability to flip the field and pin them deep, you know, and we didn't do that in a couple cases. So anyways, rough field position in the first half made it difficult to put together drives. So that's one reason. Big plays. We'll get to that in a sec, but I wanted to mention Kyle right off the top. This was normal Kyle. This is what Kyle is. His average on the year through 11 games, he averages 264 yards, 65% completion, 8.9 yards per attempt, not per completion, per attempt, and 2 touchdowns per game. Those are his averages. Last night, pretty much in line, a little fewer yards because we leaned on the running game in the second half. He put up 212 through the air, 67% completion, so slightly better than his average. Yards per attempt were down to 7 because they were running a too high look with safety help over the top on Marv. So you weren't getting those big plays that you saw against Michigan State. And he had his 2 touchdowns. Did finish his last drive with 7 completions in a row to close out his day. So Kyle does that. He's going to have – this is what Kyle is. So I would say he's very consistent. Ever since that the one game where he had 2 INTs. He just had a 2 INT game against Wisconsin. Other than that game, if you take that out of the equation, this is what Kyle is. This is exactly what he is, what he put up Saturday night. So big game, big day, Trey, of course. What can you say? Trey, he has had 4 amazing weeks in a row here. I was going to pull up his last 4 weeks here real quick. Rushing. Yeah, Trey's gone for. Let's go back to where he came back against Wisconsin. Was out between Notre Dame and Wisconsin. So that's week 4 to week 9. So came back against Wisconsin, 162 yards on the ground. Then Rutgers, 128. And then Michigan State, he just had 63, but that was only on 13 attempts. And then against Minnesota, goes for 146 on just 15 attempts. So Trey is locked in. He's feeling it. We got to keep that train rolling, keep that momentum going with Trey. Last night he went for 15 attempts, 146, 2 touchdowns, had the long of 75 coming out of the third quarter, out of the halftime, first drive of the third quarter for the Buckeyes. And that'll help the average, crank that up to a 9.7. So, yeah, Trey is on it. He's feeling it. When he's rolling, we're rolling. And he helps take some of that pressure off of Kyle. When you have a legit big-time running back that can take it to the house on any given snap, anywhere on the field, run or pass, that's a weapon, and you have to account for that as a defense. You also had here Chip, Dallin Hayden coming in with 34 yards on 8 carries. Chipper, 4 carries for 25. He had a long of 11, nice 6.3 average. Evan Pryor, 6 carries for 15 yards. I do want to mention on the running back situation, the reason you're seeing Dallin Hayden is because in the postseason, those games do not count towards a red shirt. So you have 4 regular season games to red shirt. So you can play a max of 4 regular season games and still keep your red shirt. That's why Dallin was in there. Now he can play against Michigan. That'll be his 4th game. Then he can play all the entire postseason if we need him to. So, and still not burn his red shirt. So that's key. You got to keep that in mind. I forgot about that, and Ryan Day mentioned it post game that the postseason games do not count towards the red shirt. So that's good to know. And I'm sure we'll be taking advantage of that. So you got everybody chipping in. Total rushing yards we had on the day, 215, almost a 50-50 split here on the offense. 219 passing, 215 rushing. We did have a handful of penalties. Third downs were much, much better this week, 10 of 16. That's much better. Yards per play, we're at 6.5. I'll take that all day long. So all in all, no turnovers. That's key. We did take a sack. Kyle almost got his friggin' leg broke. That's on Josh Fryer. You got to be better, Josh Fryer. They should have just taken a knee to end the half because they were deep in their own territory. Not sure what Ryan Day was thinking there, but opened up holes in the run game. The O-line did. Pass pro was good, except for the Fryer sack there. They didn't allow too many pressures at all. Wide receivers. This was obviously with the Gopher defense taking away Marv. Did you see watching the game? If you go back and watch the game, they highlighted the safety that was on Marv's side of the field. That dude at snap of the ball, he would sprint, just sprint over above Marv, like 15 yards off the ball. It was hilarious. It's like, you're not beating me deep, Marv. I'm already back here. Anyway, Emeka. This was his day. 8 targets, 5 catches, 83 yards. Did not get in the end zone, but did have a couple rushes as well. So that's good to see. What else we have here? Cade Stover, 4 catches, 26 yards. Did not hit the 49-yard over-under prop that I had. Thank you. Did have the touchdown to seal it. Marv, 3 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown. That's not going to get him the Heisman, but we'll see what he does against Michigan. And that's about it. That's all he got. Did have 6 targets on Marv. 2 catches for Trey on 3 targets, 26 yards. Tried to hit that wheel route, but it was pretty well covered. He made the catch. X-Man, couple catches for 22. Fleming, a couple. Patrick Gerd, 1. Carnell Tate, 1. Royer got in there late with the second team offense. Keenholz got him 1 for 5 yards and a first. And Evan Pryor had 1 for just a couple of yards. So, yeah, good to see Emeka out there running around. He had a catch of 5 yards, 26, 8, 23, 21. You love to see Emeka getting loose like that, right? So let's talk about the defense here. Man, let's look at the drive chart to start it off here. This is what you want every week. So here's how Minnesota's drives went: 3-and-out punt, 5-play punt, 4-play punt, 6-play punt, 6-play punt, 1-play fumble, 5 plays INT, 4 plays punt, 12 plays, 39 yards field goal, and then 3 plays punt to finish their day. They could not get anything going. Allowed the 1 field goal, another 50-yarder. No plays in the red zone. Again, back-to-back weeks. Third quarter, you had the strip sack by Jack. Jack had himself a day. Then you had the return by JT. Buckeyes scored 10 points off the turnovers, which you must do if you want to be successful as a team. But coming out of that third quarter, the defense really just cranked it up another notch. 5 pressures for Jack on the day. This is probably his best day as a Buckeye. JT, the fumble return, and Jordan Hancock played great defense on that and took out JT before he could get in the end zone. So good job there, 7. Appreciate that. Curry and Kenyatta. Caden Curry and Kenyatta Jackson both got sacks. Love to see that from the young fellas. Linebackers, Cody had a near interception where he's diving on the tip ball. Almost had it. Had a TFL, though, and a bunch of tackles. Steele had some tackles and a TFL. Corners, IGB had allowed 3 catches for 49 yards. He allowed the big play of the day, the 32-yarder catch and run. Denzel Burke, 0 catches, only 1 target. You don't go to that side of the field. Then Jordan Hancock did have a 40-yard INT, so back-to-back possessions. The Buckeyes get the strip sack from Jack, and then Hancock, again, is around the ball always and had 40-yard INT return in the third. So Proctor had a PBU and some tackles in there. So defense, all in all, getting the job done. Let's look at the yardage here. Only allowed 159 yards. This is back-to-back weeks. They kept the opposing team under 200 for the game, under 100 each, passing and rushing. 89 pass, 70 rushing. Did have that sweet penalty that the Big Ten refs, these Big Ten refs, they love being the center of attention. You had where's the crew here that got the penalty? Yeah, the group shot in the end zone. This is not the NFL, man. You guys can't do that. It was Hero Canoe, JT, IGB, Burke, and Hancock. The ref fucking listed off all of them. Okay. Seriously? But anyway, great defense. Only 3 of 12 on third downs. That's 25% according to my elementary school math. 0 for on fourth downs. They only had 48 plays and a 3.3 yards per play average. So that's lockdown D. Even with the offense kind of sputtering in the first half, the defense did not allow anything. Jack Sawyer had, on top of the sack, he has 3.5 TFLs, actually. Gabe Powers got in there with a TFL. Good to see the young fellas chipping in. So excellent defensive performance. Let's get healthy now and get ready for the game. That's all I got for you today. Don't forget tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Jump in there, jump in the chat. Let's get your score predictions. We'll be announcing the t-shirt winner for this week tonight, so don't forget. hit subscribe, hit like. I really appreciate it. It helps other Buckeye fans find our content. So I appreciate you guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.